So are you frustrated because there's something holding you back, like you're not able to reach your next level or the top goals that you really desire in your heart? The ones that you set out for achieving the very beginning of 2023. Anybody? Well, today we're going to talk about one of the most powerful things you can do to achieve your goals and what's actually holding you back many times. Hi, I'm Jamie G with Lux Everyday, which stands for Lead a Unique, Extraordinary Existence Every Day. And I love to work with top performers, top achievers. One percenters are those that are aspiring to become the 1% in every area of your life. And as you know, it's hard to be 1%. Like, that's why they're called the 1%, right? In every area of your life. And that's why I work with a lot of achievers that maybe they're at 1% of their life in one area, but they have other areas that they actually want to achieve that in. It could be health, wealth, business, love, right? All the things that actually matter, spiritual, all the things. And one of the things that I have noticed, and one of the strongest, I don't want to say things, but one of the strongest things that I've seen that do hold high achievers back, and it actually adds to their self-sabotaging of their own success. If you've ever heard high achievers talk about that they have self-sabotaged their success, that they're almost more afraid of their success than they are failure, this is a piece that I'm talking about. And many times you don't even know it. Like, I know that I was a few years ago self-sabotage. Well, actually, for quite a while, self-sabotaging my own success because of old patterns and ideas and experiences that were reflecting on how I was acting. They were creating my actions. They were creating my thought patterns. So I want to talk about this one thing, that if you become aware of this, if you identify this, it will change everything in your life. Truly. So hang with me, because what happens is we have blind spots, and they're invisible barriers that keep pushing you back to where you were, not pushing you forward to where you want to go. Does that make sense? So a lot of times we have these big goals, and so we achieve many of them, but then somehow we get pulled back down into the old version of us, into our old behaviors, into our old thoughts, into our old habits. And what's really occurring is we're not identifying, say identifying, right? We're not identifying those patterns, those thoughts, those habits that are normal to us. But those are the exact patterns, habits, thoughts that are actually pulling us back into our old level self, that are holding us where we're at. And this can be such a crucial thing. If you're truly going for your 1% life, or even just trying to achieve your next level, this will be the one thing that will make you so powerful. Like, when my clients get this, they become so empowered because now external factors aren't affecting them as much, right? They now are empowered to step into their true authenticity. They're empowered to not react at everything around them because they have learned their own patterns. They've learned their own thoughts. They've learned the shadows, the things that they couldn't see, those invisible barriers. They've figured those out. They've identified them. Now, here's the thing. This is why people come to work with me, because they can't identify them. Sometimes you cannot see them unless they're brought forth. And also, you're really aware and you pay attention, you reflect, you think about it, you take time and space to reflect on it so you know where it came from. And so a lot of my high achievers, my top performers, are coming to me to help them explore what are those invisible barriers that are holding them back. Because if you don't have a mentor, if you don't have somebody that can help in a positive direction, help you identify them, help you work through them, help you become aware, but then also figure out what to do with them, figure out how to overcome them, and also figure out where they came from. Because once you figure out where they came from and why they're there, that means you can heal and clear it. If you don't know why they're there, if you don't go to the spot of actually healing and clearing, then they just continue to return, even if you're aware. And then it's even more frustrating because now you know what you're doing. Now you see it coming forth and you don't know what to do about it. So I actually created a really cool. It's called my Field Awareness Guide, and it will help identify like what are the primal instincts and operating systems that you have as patterns. Now let me break that down just for a second. Your primal instincts are going to be your reactions, your actions. So when you are being triggered, right? When you're in a moment where you're not at the top version of yourself and it's a reaction, these are your typical default patterns. Now, here's the thing, it's okay. It's not your fault. Every single one of us has them. How do you think I identify them? We all have them. And we all have ones that are more prominent than others, but usually we all have them in some way or shape or form. All of them, right? And then the operating systems are those things that, so I have 5 primal instincts and 5 operating systems. So operating systems are going to be the operating system behind you. It's your mental mindset. It's the thing that drives you. It's what has been created from the experiences and the life you've lived. So it's your persona. It's like how you view life, your filters. So, for example, some people might be victim mentality. So they may be, their operating system in the background is always excuses, is always, it's somebody else's fault. Somebody has more than me, right? They're always making excuses and they always are the one that doesn't have enough, or they always get the bad rap. Now, everybody has gone through a victim mentality at some point in their life. So there's no shame. It's just identifying it and then learning how to overcome it because it's not going to serve you. It's not going to help you get out of where you're at. And so when we identify these, this is why I created the field guide, because it is such a powerful tool that will walk you through identifying your own habits, your own default patterns, right? And so it's so crucial because when we identify them, then it gives us the power to change them. If you don't know they're there, it's really hard to change them. Now, the other thing I'd like to say is you need to have so much grace, kindness, and truth. You have to be very honest with yourself in identifying them, because if you're not, then you're not going to get the truth as far as what needs to change or how you can change. Once you're truthful, though, then have so much grace and kindness, because it's not who you were created to be, but it has become a part of your identity as far as how you react or how you operate in the world. And it's changeable. You are capable of changing it, but you need to identify it first, and with so much grace. Because when you have that grace and then you're like, okay, this is just what it is, but now what can I do to fix it, right? And then after that, we're not going to talk about this today, but identifying the triggers, because if you know what you do, but you don't know what the triggers are, then you're going to have landmines everywhere. And we want to avoid those landmines as much as possible. And so that is another piece to the puzzle that I assist people with so that they can walk with ease and grace and discover this so they can be more powerful, so they can handle any situation, so they can lead in those teams, so they can lead their children, their families, their companies, right? It really creates such a different power that most people don't have because they haven't identified what it is that's truly holding them back. What are their habits and their stories that have been playing in the background and created the outcomes of their life? And as soon as we identify those, and again, it's so hard to see without having guidance, because it's just like those are a part of your identity of who you've been. And they're not bad. They have been serving you. They've been protecting you. They have helped you get to where you've gotten in life. But also, if you want to get somewhere else in life, somewhere higher, somewhere different, that's the place that you can start to change. That's a really great place to start so that you can avoid or have a plan I call it your accelerated success formula because when you have this plan, it makes you unshakable, unbreakable, unstoppable. Because now you have your own architected formula where if anything is going on, it doesn't matter what's going on in the world, the economic downturn, the globe, what's happening in your life, you now have the tools to operate at your top level, that top version of you that you want to be, that you're walking into, that you're stepping into. So I just want to encourage you with so much boldness. Start to be aware. The very first thing you can do is open up to being aware of your surroundings, being aware of your actions, being aware of the things that are triggering you, because that can be so powerful in your journey to accelerate faster. If you want a quantum leap, if you're ready to 10x your life, this can be a crucial piece in helping you do so. So take some time. Again, without judgment upon yourself, but with so much love and grace of, hey, like I'm super excited to figure this out. And where are some places that maybe I am also contributing to the lack of success that I desire? I know that sounds tough, but it's true. We contribute to our outcome. And this is one place that you can make a really big impact in your world, in the people around you, their world, as a leader, as you step into your, what I call your destiny identity, because now you're accelerating into the truth of who you are. You're taking off, stripping off all the old things that used to serve you, letting them go, and finding new things that will serve you at a higher level. So if you love this, go ahead and like it down below, share it, subscribe. I would love to hear your comments, reflections on anything that we covered today, and I will see you next week.